Hi, so welcome back everybody. This is customized homework for week 2 of the Circle of Being Somatic Shadow Work module. And once again, you will get much more out of these 10 weeks if you are engaging with me in these exercises the best you can. So here we go. So just like last week, I recommend to engage in an ongoing meditation practice, ideally in the morning, but in the evening is fine. Minimum, let's say 15 minutes. You have below here a playlist of guided meditations with myself, but also you don't need that. On top of that, as I recommended last week, to engage in some kind of ongoing, frequent remembrance throughout the day to come back to the present moment. You know, as Eckhart Tolle or Thich Nhat Hanh, they talk about this. Take a little mini break during the busy life or inactivity. Just take a moment, take like 3 breaths and kind of drop the story, drop the mind, drop the past and future, and come back, fully arrive in the present moment and just stay conscious of what's happening. Being aware of the outer world, sounds, sights, the breeze, and the inner world, thoughts, sensations. Drop the story, come back to just sense of I am here. Doing that as frequent as possible. Now this is hard because we are in a habit of completely not doing that. So in order to boost this remembrance, I recommend you watch from the playlist toolbox of practices that you can see below, where I have, they are from number 1 to number 10 or 12. They are short videos and they all speak and break down how to make this presence, coming back to the present in everyday life, not just in meditation. There's a lot of videos how to have little tricks and alarm clocks to remind ourselves of that. The difficulty is that we forget to do that because we never do it. So, or if we do it, it's like special occasions. So you can watch, and I encourage you to watch from the playlist of toolbox of practices. These are all, most of them from Buddhism as well as from Gurdjieff Uspensky work, Fourth Way, which was supposed to be done, practiced, this presence, mindfulness, remembering God as the sense of aware being as often as possible in everyday activities. So this was like from last time, yeah? Now, for this week, what I recommend to go a little bit deeper, we're talking about this one major obstacle to being more conscious, and is this habit, Gurdjieff will call it a disease of tomorrow, being checked out in daydreaming. So what I recommend is throughout this week to kind of catch yourself whenever you are in this unnecessary mind activity. I'm not talking about functional thinking, so it's fine. I have to do this, I have to pack my luggage, I have to plan a meeting, that's all fine. I'm talking about this like constant churning of anticipating or rehashing what happened, or this inner commentary and this voice, or this constant voice in the head. This daydreaming, driving, brushing our teeth in the bathroom. So try to catch that and kind of just drop it and come to the sense of being aware, tuning into a sense of aware presence. Okay, on top of that, as I said in the last meeting, we have millions and millions of thoughts, but they are all on some certain subjects. We all have 3 or 4 subjects when that our mind keeps going there. So those are called favorite subjects of daydreaming, or sticky thoughts. Usually they are not pleasant. It's not that I keep going to my future trip in Hawaii. No, I keep churning on this conflict with somebody, or I keep churning on that they don't value me, they don't appreciate me. I'm not happy in this relationship. Nobody values me. Or there's some recurrent sticky tape that somehow we keep sticking to it like a fly to that. So the exercise and the homework is to try to observe which are these sticky thoughts for you, these topics that you keep going there. If only this didn't happen, or try to track in your experience which are those most favorite subjects of identification where you are taken, hijacked. Write it down, bring it back to our meeting. Yeah? So once you catch it, don't judge it, just let it go, come back to a present, don't think about it, don't try to solve it, don't try to analyze it. We'll go into this later. Just come back to a present and track your most frequent torturous mind loops. On what topics are they? Yeah, this is a very important exercise for this week. Similar to this, another exercise is to observe this negative self-talk, to catch yourself, this judging oneself, being mean with yourself, criticizing yourself, cursing yourself. That's really poisonous energy. And whenever we do that, we are asleep. And actually, it's really unhealthy for the body, and it's just it's a very pernicious, harmful habit. So some of us have it stronger than others, as this is connected to childhood wounding and various things. We'll go into this later. But for now, catch yourself if there's any such mean self-talk. Yeah, if we were to talk to a kid like this, we'll fuck them up. So we are talking to ourselves like that. So catch yourself in this negative self-talk, this negative voice in the head, and just know that this is just some tape from the past. This is not you. You are aware of it. You are that which is aware of it. This is not you. This is not your friend. You catch it, drop it. Anchor your attention in the present moment. Take a couple of deep breaths. Hear, see, feel the body. Yeah, so practicing being kind and loving and supportive towards oneself in spite of shortcomings and fuck-ups. This is very good. Also, now, whenever you catch these habits, this destructive pattern, remember to not judge it. It just, you're like, each time you catch it, even if you catch yourself like 38 times today in this, rejoice. Be like, oh wow, I caught myself 38 times. That's awesome. Yeah, it means that you were awake enough to catch this and return. Yeah, so don't be like, oh my God, I'm full of shit. I'm just torturing myself like this. What are you doing? So be wary of this tricky, sneaky aspect of our ego, that once we observe some mechanical unconscious tendency, the ego comes and starts judging it, being upset with ourselves, and going back in the same loop. Yeah, so observing these tendencies as an interesting, curious stranger, like, oh wow, that's interesting. Yeah, don't judge what you observe. Don't judge it. Don't put it down. You're sticking back to it. Yeah, so impartial witnessing of this phenomena. All right. The third one, so tracking subjects of negative or subjects of daydreaming, the favorite subjects of torturous mind loops. Track and drop it. Come to the present. Track and drop negative self-talk, mean voices, the poisonous snake. The third one is we are going now towards emotions. From time to time, frequently, form the habit of checking what's happening in the inner body, in this area. Yeah, there we have feelings, usually in the chest, in the belly. So becoming ongoingly aware of our emotional body, which is in the body, is not in the head. So here we may find different things. We may find actual emotions like sadness, grief, fear, anger, frustration, or we may find just energies like sensations like tightness, knot, buzzing, yuckiness. Yeah. So for now, at this point in the circle, I just want you to train yourself to notice and let it be without trying to change it. Don't calm it, don't change it, don't analyze it. Just notice what's happening. Yeah. So because usually we are in the head all the time and we are disconnecting from our emotional body. And in order to go deeper into this work, we need to start to be aware, pay attention to our emotional energies. Observing them, accepting them, yeah. Drop the story, notice what's happening in the body. If there is some more clear sense of emotion, you can just quickly label it. Oh, I'm angry. There's anger, there's sadness, there's fear, yeah, nervous. And notice and welcome it. Let it be here, free from story at this point. Welcome it, let it be here, free from story. Don't try to change it. Bringing awareness to these energies. As Thich Nhat Hanh would say, awareness or this presence is like a good mother. And then these energies are like children. And the mother is just there. So bringing awareness to these things without trying to manipulate them, change them, alter them. Just that actually will calm the nervous system. You can add a quick labeling, sadness. I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm frustrated. Yeah, witnessing this inner world. And observe that then, especially when you have a lot of churning thoughts and a lot of stories, just come back to the present and see what's happening in my body now. Witness, allow, anchor yourself in the present as you allow these things. Yeah. So that's it for now. And yeah, I'm looking forward to hear your observations from this to our next circle. Or, you know, if people online, they cannot come to a circle, you are actually playing with these things. Yeah, feel free to share any questions, comments. Happy to support all of us coming out of this torturous zombie kind of state of the unconsciousness, so we can have a good life and be able to slowly have a clear mind, open heart, be free, harmony with all that is, and love fully. All right, guys. Ciao.